Definitely got the low spinner in this one.
It does, doesn't it? It's the bullet ball, 64 feet peak height.
Yeah.
Of all the drivers that are out in the market right now, this would be in the absolute top 2 or 3 in order of flattening your ball flight.
Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Michael, we're fresh off the back of episode 1 of the Speed Journey.
Yep.
I would say you are a revitalized golfer. Never seen this spring in your steps. Too bad it's November. Well, almost November.
That's okay. Lots of golf still to be played.
Yes, on the road, on the road. So sticking to the topic of drivers, guys, today we are going to touch upon what we believe is probably the driver that's flown under the radar the most. Like we have said to you many times, one of the benefits of doing this channel and also having a club fitting business running obviously simultaneously is we get a chance to see what's working, what our clients like, what the fitters like, what we're fitting with, and really what's performing well. We've told you all the things that we think are performing really well. We know Titleist is great, Ping has had a great year, Paradigm has had a really, really good year. But the head we're going to actually test in depth today is one that really doesn't get enough attention.
It is fly under the radar driver. Yeah. And it's good because like earlier on throughout the year, we did do some testing with it.
It was performing good.
You know, it was part of the bracket. So yeah, it did okay. It's just, you know, like you said, we obviously can see by numbers what is selling the most. I like to walk through the build shop and look through the builders' benches and see what they're building the most. Very little of the Srixon, but it's a good driver.
It's a very, very good driver. And one of the things I like about this year's line is the multitude of options from a CG location perspective. So I think the sort of addition of the LS model for us has been the biggest sort of change. The ZX5 and ZX7 have been, sorry, not that one right there. The 5 and 7 have been kind of part of the story, right? So you've got the dual weight on the 7, you've got the rear weight on the 5, larger footprint, smaller, more player footprint, right? That's been the story. And we see it on tour, whether you're Brooks Koepka, and obviously he does like to change a driver, but there's Shane Lowry, there's Hideki, there's all those players who trust this driver, and that's not something you're going to see from that caliber of golfer unless it's a proper driver.
And this was the year of players changing drivers. Felt almost like every week.
Billy, you.
Oh, very good.
Okay, we're going to get Mikey to hit a couple with his own Titleist. New shaft in there.
Old Faithful. No, I've given gaming this all season.
1 week. Oh, Ventus blue.
Yep.
So let's hit a few baseliners with that one. And then we're going to test that because obviously what we're trying to show guys is how comparable the drivers are at the top end of the market now, right? And how obviously Srixon has now established itself as one of those core drivers at the top end. So let's hit a few with yours and then we'll build you up a comparable Srixon.
Okay.
All right, Berkshire, let's see it. Long ball.
Berkshire.
Is this just the new you? You're just a 105 guy now. This is one of the benefits of actually you doing this speed work, Mikey. Your miss tends to be a little bit high in the head and you can kind of overachieve a little bit on launch and spin numbers. When you keep your club head speed high, you actually end up falling into the realm of where you used to be from a ball speed perspective, but then you just get the benefit of the launch and spin.
High launch, low spin, yeah.
Right, so you dropped 7 miles an hour ball speed there.
Yeah.
Versus the previous one, but you carried it 9 yards further, 14 yards more in total.
I played on the weekend. I hit balls before I played, which is a rarity.
Shocker.
On a launch monitor, shocker. And numbers were like up, but I was trying. And I hit a couple on the golf course this weekend, and they sound different. They go a little bit further.
Look at me smile on your face.
I just want to hit it past you. That's all.
Wouldn't take too much more.
That's slow.
Good, really solid. All right, Mikey boy, let's, we've got the 8.5 ZX5 LS.
Yep.
It might be a tad in the low spin for you.
A little knuckly maybe.
Let's see.
Okay.
Big speed, please. Good, Mikey. So yeah, definitely that flatter flight that we suggested you might see with this one.
Yeah.
Now you do use 8 degrees with TSR3, but hopefully as this sort of progresses, and we've done other videos of this, guys, you've seen us do it, but we can't say that all 8-degree golf clubs are created equally. This is a very, very far forward center of gravity on the ZX5, a bomber's driver for sure. Those of you who hit it sky high and really struggle with keeping flight down, I mean, look at the delivered loft difference. 18 versus 11.5.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Couple more.
Definitely got the low spinner in this one.
It does, doesn't it? It's the bullet ball, 64 feet peak height.
Yeah.
I really do think of all the drivers that are out in the market right now, I'd say this would be in the absolute top 2 or 3 in order of flattening your ball flight.
Yeah. And we noticed that when we did this earlier on in the year, how much flatter this thing came out.
Yeah, knuckleballs. Okay, give me one more, Mikey, and then we'll switch to some more loft. All right, so kind of just looking at your driver and this one, the biggest penalty and why we've kind of lost a touch of distance is just we didn't launch it high enough.
Yeah.
In actual fact,
It's quicker.
Yeah, the ball speed's a little bit quicker because we are delivering less dynamic loft.
Yeah.
It's more efficient. It's the same sort of input of speed. It's just a slightly different output of speed because of the dynamic loft.
And distance is the same, really. Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much like that last one was your sort of, I guess, sorry, that one was the shortest one, but
Same.
yeah, until we got that, we were right about the same, and it was actually 150 on the average. But without picking any of these out, it is very, very similar. Okay, let's go up to 9.5. But it was better, wasn't it?
Slow, and it went decent.
It's very nice. A big change. I mean, that 1 degree of loft has actually changed a heck of a lot more than 1 degree in terms of the flight.
It definitely comes out nicer. You don't get that knuckly one.
It's now starting to look much more comparable. See if it's, yeah, so strike being a little more in the heel so far is why the spin has kicked up just that little bit. That's the only difference, really. Give me a couple more.
High toe-ish, kind of?
That's what you want. The problem is when you've got out to in path, open face, and heel strike, the 3 of those make it tough. Good.
Nice to see normal speed is 105 now.
It's not that normal speed is 105, it's your normal effort is higher.
Yeah.
Which is what's really good, because like there's breathlessness, right? When you hit, 29 drives, you should be breathless. Because if you're putting that much into it, it's really good. All right, Sunshine, very good.
Yeah, thanks. Tired.
Weak. You're a bit glossy over there.
You're around the base.
So if we kind of look at, we're trying to showcase, as we said, that this is a driver we think you guys should really look at, from a performance perspective, but also from a value perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no doubt about it. At a cheaper price point, you are definitely getting tremendous performance. So we started off with the 8.5. We knew that, very quickly we knew that wasn't right.
Too low,
Too low in the dynamic loft. If you could look at ball data, we couldn't really get the launch where we wanted it. So switching you into the 9, but keeping that center of gravity forward, to be honest, it was pretty much ideal.
Yeah, pretty good.
Immediately ideal.
As soon as that strike moved a little closer to center too.
Yeah. So for comparable club head speed within a third of a mile an hour, the dynamic loft came up nicely from the 8.5 up to 16, which is where I really like it. Ball data from there was, equal.
Yeah, same.
In ball speed. Great launch. A little more spin. That was, I think, predominantly one of the strikes in particular was on the high end at 29. You can take that, it's nicely in the mid twos.
Yeah.
So I look at it like, 25, 26 is absolutely fine. But great ball flight. And we rave and we do about the TSR, and it is a tremendous, tremendous driver. But a fitted version of any of the drivers that we carry in the shop,
They're all
really,
good.
they're all going to be good. Yeah.
We've said all year, everyone's making good product. Anyone who comes out to market with bad product, they're going to hear about it socially right away.
It's exposed
very, very
quickly
fast.
and
So
testing and
every product's good. You just have to go out and get fit.
Exactly. Okay, guys, the sleeper of the year, which is the ZX5 and ZX7 line. We never hit the 7 for Mikey, largely because you do rely on a little bit less spin in order to sort of get those launch conditions. So we've hit the 5 and the 7 with you in the past. You're much better with 5 LS. Which is why today's focus is certainly on that driver. But it's excellent, and when fitted, today you're in a Ventus Blue 5S, which is what you are currently now playing the TSR3.
Yep.
So I think when you go like for like on shaft, get someone familiar with how the shaft loads and feels, get the head fitted for the correct specifications in terms of face angle. We had that set a little bit more upright for Mikey, which definitely helps with start line. Add in all those things, and it's a pretty impressive combo.
Yeah, impressed.
Good stuff. All right, make sure that's one for your off-season testing, guys. If you are thinking of changing clubs, changing drivers, let us know if there's any other clubs that you would like us to try. This time of year, obviously, we're trying to compile the sort of best case for what people should be looking at, obviously, over the off-season to prepare for next year. You know what our opinions are on that. It's a fitted product. Whichever way you go about it, just make sure you get yourself in the bay and get fitted for it. But it just shows you when all of these products that we have in here are fitted, they're all really good.
They're all good.
They're all excellent. Okay, guys, stay tuned for more. We'll see you again soon.